plenary session. The first talk, capacity building in medical imaging in Africa through the IAEA Technical Cooperation Program. Professor Dr. Shawkat Abdelazek, we are honored to have with us Professor Shawkat Abdelazek, the Director of the Divisions of Affairs in the Department of Technical Cooperation at the International Atomic Energy Agency. Under his supervision, he facilitated IAEA Technical Cooperation support to 46 countries in Africa. Professor and University Administrator, Chairman and Member of National and International Board, including Chair of the African Technology Policy Studies and the African Commission on Nuclear Energy and International Center for Genetic Engineering and Biotechnology. He has published over 120 papers in international journals, scientific conferences, and symposiums. His undergraduate studies were at Egypt University, Kenya. Abdelazek obtained his Master of Science and PhD degrees from the University of Berlin, United Kingdom, and his postdoctoral from the Shimon University, Japan.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Dear Professor Tariq Al-Diasti, the President of the Egyptian Society of Radiology and Nuclear Medicine, Major General Professor Hani Lotfi, who is the conference president, distinguished delegates. It's really an honor for me today to make this presentation in this very important scientific conference of the Egyptian Society of Radiology and Nuclear Medicine. Let me start by telling you about our work here at the IAEA, where we promote atoms for peace and development. The agency is the World Center for Cooperation in area of nuclear field. It works very closely with 171 member states and multiple partners worldwide to promote safe, secure, and peaceful uses of nuclear technology. And among other areas, these include food and agriculture, human health, energy, nuclear knowledge management, water, resource, nutrition, and also we contribute directly 9 out of the 17 SDGs. Coming back to Africa, we have 46 African member states at the moment that are receiving the technical support from the agency, of which 27 are classified as LDCs. In particular, in the field of human health, nuclear technologies have become one of the most widespread used, especially in radiology and nuclear medicine. Now, I just want, before I go into details about our vision and some of the achievement, let me highlight some of key challenges that we have encountered or we see in the continent of Africa. This is, of course, the largest continent of the world, including the lowest income countries worldwide, and it's got this big diversity in terms of the GNP. We have some challenges, including availability of imaging services, which is really widely variable in the continent. We also have a challenge of the shortage of clinically qualified personnel trained and employed, lack of adequate national regulations and rapid expansion of technologies and technique. And currently, only 28 countries have at least one nuclear medicine. So you can see from this, really, it poses a challenge, and we need to ask ourselves how we can be able to address these challenges together. Coming again very closely to the subject of the day, we contribute in the strengthening of nuclear medicine and the diagnostic radiology in the continent by various means. We focus on the nuclear medicine, radiation protection of patients, and we offer support in medical physics as well, and also areas of radiopharmacy. In terms of evidence-based strategy for effective action, we see this as a very important area of focus, and our vision is to make sure that whatever we do is on evidence-based in terms of responding to the needs of our member states. And the IEA in the Division of Human Health has developed actually a valuable global resource database in the medical imaging and nuclear medicine. And some of the publications that are being shown in my slides could also be available for your use. In terms of the vision and some key achievements in the continent, we strive to ensure that we can be able to build sustainable national capacities through demand-driven and results-oriented assistance. Some of the key achievements of the past years is we've helped several countries establish their first nuclear medicine center. We have maintained that continuous collaboration with the network of nuclear medicine centers, for example. We've also been able to procure, to a small extent, and commission equipment in the continent. And we've assisted some specific countries, and just to mention some few, Egypt, for example, for establishment of radiopharmacy regulations. In Tunisia, we've assisted with the establishment of an operational PET facility, and also we've gone into South Africa, Egypt, Morocco on the international quality standard in terms of upgrading their capacity. We've supported member states in terms of establishing their national diagnostics reference labs as well. In terms of strengthening the regional capacity, we've adopted the specificities of the continent. We've also worked with our member states towards self-reliance in this area. We have also encouraged ownership and be able to build capacity and capability, of course, in gender, and also to be able to address the needs of the youth. And by the end of the day, we emphasize on the strengthening of the African expertise and be able to make good use of the experts that we have in the continent. We have this strategy at regional framework where we enhance sustainability of nuclear medicine in the continent. Some of the examples that I could share with you is a module on the health management and leadership in nuclear medicine, syllabus of master's program in radiopharmacy, harmonized academic and clinical training syllabus in medical physics, just to mention a few. But we also have had series of webinars that we've assisted our member states in terms of the regulatory requirements so that they could be able to address this issue in a safe and secure manner. Also, we envisaged investment more in human capital, so to speak, because we have to build a critical mass of experts in the continent that will be able to drive this agenda of nuclear medicine and also diagnostic radiology. So one way is by having a short and long-term fellowship that we've been able to do over the years, advanced training, and offer opportunities for scientific visits, and of course in-house and in-country training of trainers has been one of the approach that we have used. And here I must say that Egypt is one of those partners for South-South collaboration and cooperation in Africa, and we've been able to use the expertise in your country so that you could be able to help others. But if you look at the slide, you will see that these are some of the examples that I could share with you. 18 master's program in radiopharmacy since October 2019, and we've been able to train several medical physicists as well and radiopharmacists as well. All this is ways and means of how we can be able to continue building capacity and capabilities in the continent. In terms of the needs in Africa, we see they are very numerous and a lot needs to be done. then I always emphasize on the need to collaborate and cooperate. And we have been able to reach out to institutions and centers beyond the continent to be able to work together, including CDC, for example. We have worked very closely with African professional organizations and networks such as FAMPO, AfroSafe, and ArabSafe as well. And also bringing the public-private partnership sort of framework in trying to address this very important area. And the recent development is our working relation with the European Society of Radiology, where we aim at strengthening the implementation of the referral guidelines in Africa. All these would be able to play a very critical role as we move forward towards enhancing capacity and capability in nuclear medicine and radiology. Here at the agency, before I conclude my presentation, I also want to share with you some of other opportunities. And one of them is the Marie Sklodowska Curie Fellowship. This is a fellowship that really supports young women, girls at the postgraduate level in different areas of nuclear science and technology. And I want to encourage participants who are attending this conference to take full advantage of that. We also have a PhD sandwich program in trying again to continue building that capacity. We've put in place Zodiac. This is again an initiative that addresses the challenges of zoonotic disease. And last but not least, the upcoming of the Rays of Hope that looks at countries that have got facilities in terms of imaging, in terms of radiotherapy, countries that do not have any of these facilities, and how we can be able to propel sort of this wheel as we move forward together. These are some of the initiatives that our Director General, DG Grossi, have initiated here, and we work very closely with our member states in trying to address the challenges of the social economic development using nuclear science and technology. I see that your role as professional society is very critical in these areas, and I would really want to encourage us to sort of work together to leapfrog in terms of advancement of radiology and nuclear medicine here in Africa. And I'm looking forward to further cooperation and collaboration with your society, and be able also to reach out to other society, because we can only be able to do up to a certain level here at the agency. But we believe that societies such as yours, as the agents of change and the ambassadors of nuclear science and technology, we can be able to leapfrog and be where we would like to be under Agenda 2063 for Africa, and contributing also significantly to the SDG. So once again, I thank you all for listening to me, and I wish you all the very best in your conference today and tomorrow as well. Thank you so much.
دكتور اسم حضرتك ايه؟
دينا حسين. وانا قصيرة قوي كده.
The second session, the role of medical imaging and radiomix in perception Zoom disease by Dr. Dina Salem. No?
Distinguished colleagues, it is an honor for me to be virtually present at this 57th annual conference of the Egyptian Society of Radiology. I would like to thank the president of the society, Professor Tarek El-Diasti, and Professor Hani Hafer, as well as my good friend, Professor Dina Husseini.
حضرتك ما اديتنيش الورقه.
I'm honored to introduce Professor